On Saturday, April 11th, Berry hosted the annual MS Walk on campus. The money raised by the event will go towards helping more than 9,000 people in Georgia living with multiple sclerosis. Associate Dean of Students Julie Bumpus has been in charge of organizing the walk this year. Junior Megan Boswell explains how Dean Bumpus got involved and the impact she has made in the Rome MS chapter.
The MS Walk was started by Dean Bumpus, Kay Gardner, who used to be a teacher here in the Spanish department, has MS. And so they became good friends and started the MS Walk here in Rome, started the Rome chapter. And it's actually been a Berry tradition for 20 years.
Berry's head football coach, Tony Konchesky, describes what MS is and how his life has been personally affected by this disease.
MS is a autoimmune deficiency disease. It basically is a disease that attacks your muscular system. In the case of my relationship with MS, my mom had multiple sclerosis, and she was diagnosed with it 2 years before I was even born. And there's two forms of MS. There's the chronic progressive kind, and then there's the lapsing remitting kind. My mom had the chronic progressive, where it basically started from the bottom up, and she lost the use of her legs. Was in a wheelchair since I was 6 years old, and then eventually crept up her body, lost the use of her arms, became a quadriplegic, and later on in her life lost the use of even her voice to be able to project, because she couldn't use her vocal cords and the muscles to project her voice. 5 years ago, she developed a common cold, just like we all have, and she didn't have the capacity to be able to expel the stuff from her lungs, which led to pneumonia, which led ultimately to her death.
Dean Bumpus and Coach Konchesky teamed up with Berry College Volunteer Services, as well as A New Year, A New You, to organize the event. One of the volunteers for the fundraiser is Thomas Shipman, who is the chemistry lab supervisor. Shipman explains why events like this are important for students to get involved in.
So this is something that just causes people to think outside of themselves. It's good for people. It makes people well-rounded to think of others first. And so I think this is a very good organization. It's a very good event for that.
Konchesky points out the benefits of living in the Berry bubble and what Student Community Service says about Berry College.
People talk about the Berry bubble. Well, you know what? It's good to live in the Berry bubble because people do care about one another. And it's not a surprise that we've had great student involvement. I know, being the head football coach, I've definitely encouraged my guys to get involved because I can kind of relate it to athletics. I think the big reason why I was so involved with athletics growing up and then eventually became my career path was the fact that I never took for granted being able to walk, being able to run, being able to throw, being able to do anything active, because my mom was an example of somebody that couldn't do those things anymore.
With Viking Fusion News, I'm Faith Mantia.